Welcome to Ball and Chain Podcast. This is episode 217. I'm Mox Born Again. I have with me, it's my angel.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Okay, how are you?
I am fantastic. What's up? I gotta start the show out like I start with Eli. How are you? Good. What's up? That's the order that he can answer those questions in. If you go backwards, you say, "What's up?" And he goes, "Good."
Good.
How are you?
Yeah, he gets all
Yeah,
confused.
like, it's adorable. So what's going on? As I fumble around to get the show going here.
Same old, same old. Um, really, just working it.
Working it, working
Trying
it, working it. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into the show. So let's see here. What is Ball and Chain Podcast? What are we?
Two people sitting in their basement talking about nothing.
Talk about nothing. We don't talk
Show about nothing.
We don't know nothing about nothing.
No, we talk about stuff.
What do we talk
things.
about? Things and stuff and things.
Yeah.
Like what?
Whatever you send me texts of.
No,
Talk
to be
about
fair,
this.
this morning I did roll out of bed. I was like, "Hey, I don't have a show prepared. Can you Can you look for some stuff to talk about tonight?" And it's kind of going to show.
I kind of do remember you saying something about that, but
I'm glad you remember what I said.
Listen.
The other part. So you are going to notice that because we kind of got a hodgepodge of stuff to talk about today.
Yeah, it's not very.
It's not
kind of random.
It's not very engaging, which is kind of sad.
It's
But
not engaging. I mean, just because it's random stuff doesn't mean it.
well, yeah, you're right.
But it is. There's no coherent theme.
There is no coherent theme. There's no really new games out. Like the new games don't start coming out till next month, and even then they're kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
But
Our shows are on hiatus.
yeah, our
Except
TV.
for X-Files, which I need to watch the second episode of. Which
Yeah.
isn't really a year show. It
Yeah.
is much of mine.
I heard. I wish you had your computer down here. Someone mentioned talking about shows.
I do have my. You've got a computer in front of you, and I have
do.
a computer.
I'm
things
already
on
on
my
Google.
phone.
Why did I go to Google on Google? Oh God, what was it called? Black Lightning. Black Lightning.
Never heard of it.
It's a superhero. It's from DC Comics. I probably won't enjoy it, but
Why do you particularly not care for that?
I mean, Batman's pretty cool. That's about the only DC comic that I kind of get into character. I'm not really big on Superman or Flash or.
Really?
Yeah, not really.
See, and I don't know who's who. So, I mean, obviously I know who Batman and Superman are, but I couldn't tell you what kind of comics they are, or
Yeah.
what publisher or whatever the heck it is.
But someone told me that. There we go. Someone told me that Black Lightning it came out. It was on yesterday. I forgot that I need a DVR or look on the on demand. It's probably on demand,
Probably.
but it's on CW.
It says right there, TV review, CW.
Oh, shut up. Quiet you. Anyway, all right, well, let's get into it. So, the Ball and Chain Podcast is a podcast about video games, movies, TV shows,
Whatever the heck you.
whatever
talking
we
about
feel
that
like talking about. It's entertaining
to us.
to us.
It may not be to you.
It may not be, but if you're still watching at this point,
Then that's on you.
That's on you. It's your fault. So we don't got many games. Like we don't have any games to talk. Like I'm trying to think. I've played Zelda a little bit.
We played Super Mario Brothers.
We
on
played
8-bit last
exactly on 8-bit last night.
night. And you know what Eli told me this morning?
What's that?
He goes, "You were playing something last night that I want to play." I said, "I was." He goes, "Yeah, Mario." I said, "How did you know?" He goes, "I wasn't asleep yet. I could hear you."
Well, he's not upstairs, so he can't hear us now.
Right.
Well, he said something on the way to school. He goes, because I told him I was like, "Hey, do you want to stream Cuphead tomorrow on the Laundry Day stream on the stream tomorrow?" And he goes, "I want to stream the Switch." And I go, "Well, buddy, I really don't have that hooked up quite yet, because I don't have that quite hooked up yet. I don't know how that's going to work, and I don't want to just stream it right away and have it fail epically. We'll just stream Cuphead, and we'll test Twitch the Switch on Twitch this weekend." He's like, "Okay, well let's play Cuphead." And he's like, you guys were playing Mario last night. I was like, yes, we were. Like, would you rather play Mario? And he didn't even answer me. I was like, we'll play Cuphead. He's like, okay, we'll play Cuphead. So the Ball and Chain Podcast is one of our many shows and streams that we have on our YouTube channel. We've got quite a wide variety of stuff on our channel, youtube.com/72DPI online. Make sure you head over there, get subscribed if you like shows like this, or if you like streams. We stream some old school games on 8-bit on Tuesdays. What? You have okay. I was reading the Eli thing. Anyway, so
So not to totally derail us.
Right, you totally derailed me.
I tried not to.
Wyatt, you. Anyway, so there's tons of different shows on there, wide span of things. We've got 8-bit on Tuesdays, which is when we go back and play some old school games. We just got done playing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and Dark Cloud 2.
Not that we finished those games.
Right, we didn't finish them. We'll probably finish Mario. You can probably finish Mario with me like playing a level here and there and dying instantly. losing lives every other.
Right.
Well,
just
there is
build
that.
them right back up.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll get there. And then tomorrow, like I said, we're gonna stream Cuphead, and then maybe some Star Wars Battlefront. Buddy at work's let me borrow it so I can play it. So, anyway, so the show tonight, we've got Nintendo talking about VR and 4K, and Kotaku ran a top 5. I don't even know if it's a top 5. It's just the best couch co-op games. I found kind of interesting. There's some
ever.
They go pretty far back. Where the heck? Oh, shit. Where did it go? There it is. I mean, Portal 2's on there. Minecraft's on there, so...
I mean, those aren't old. I mean,
Portal 2's pretty old.
I'm not talking like old, like other systems old.
Not really. We'll go in. Some of them I'm not really familiar with.
A lot of them I've never even heard of.
But, we'll go into that in a little bit. Okay. But, so we've got best couch... Whew, best couch co-op.
Second beer there.
Yeah, best couch co-op games, and then Fortnite hit a milestone, and that's probably about it. See if there's anything else we want to talk about along the way. So, let's start with Nintendo since we kind of led off there with Eli. Looks like Shack News had a story talking to Nintendo and how they feel like VR has not hit the mainstream appeal. They don't feel like that's where they want to take the Switch. So, for all those people out there that were hoping to get a Vive or an Oculus for the Switch, that doesn't seem like it's going to be happening.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not either. And I think
they did kind of start things off with like the motion stuff with their controllers, so they were kind of ahead of like PlayStation and
Xbox Microsoft
on that whole motion type deal. Granted, it wasn't with a camera, but it was still.
I feel like though that with how easy, like I don't want to say easy, how simplistic their games were for the Wii and the motion controls. The marketing behind it, first of all, was fantastic. So it didn't miss its mark on as far as its target audience goes. But like they didn't try too hard, right? It wasn't like we need 60 frames a second, 100% of the time. We're gonna launch this huge lineup, and this is what our games are good at. This is how this is how games will look on this Wii. So we need to, kind of like World of Warcraft, right? The game originally looked like trash, but they used it to their advantage by, making everything real bulky, and even like going back to like the armor skins and everything like that. They kind of embraced the limitations of the system or of the program at the time.
I think you kind of can see too, like the Kinect. I mean, you look at the Kinect. Sorry, whatever.
You're not talking to the mic. There you go.
So you look at the Kinect, and for the first, I don't know how long, everyone's, they had the purple cases. Everyone's real excited. Oh, we can do the Dance Central, and we can do, I mean, there were a few games, but everyone loved them for like 5 minutes, and then it just kind of became a novelty that like hardly anybody really uses
Right.
the Kinect for the. You might use it for the voice commands or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
but really, you don't see a whole lot of
Well, it's even
anything using the Kinect for
well,
gaming purposes.
Microsoft has even gone as far as remove usability with the Kinect. You can no longer wave at it and control the system.
You can't.
Mm-mm, that's gone. That's been
Oh.
gone since that was never a part of the Xbox One.
That's kind of sad that I don't know that.
Well, I mean, it just goes back. It
It.
just goes to show you never use it. I mean, it's too
Right.
easy to voice control the dumb thing, right? So like, and that's kind of where I think the marketing of the Wii was superior to Microsoft's. I mean, Microsoft had a good marketing campaign towards like its target audience, right? They weren't going after the younger crowd and the soccer moms like Nintendo was. So, not to be sexist or anything like that. Don't go there with this. But that's who the Wii's target audience was, right? And so like we want fun, short, 50-second games that everybody can play and you can pass the controllers around, kind of like what we did last night with 8-bit. One controller. We didn't play 2-player. We played 1-player and level or life or level. Right, pass the controller back and forth. And that's kind of what Nintendo has been championing for a long time. And like when you get like VR, there's not many VR games where you put on the headset and other people in the room and have the same enjoyable experience. Now, kind of go back a couple steps and you look at the oh god, what is it called? The Galaxy, Samsung's
Yeah,
Gear.
it was awesome.
The Gear.
You played it when you got it for Christmas last year, and you haven't touched it in forever.
Well, yeah, that's that. But the reason is because it's such a inclusive experience. Like you're almost feel like you're ignoring everybody in the room, right? It takes a special kind of experience, a special type of game to kind of engage other people, and actually one of the games that we'll talk about on the best couch co-op. They need to fix that. That's a terrible title. One of the games on that list is the Keep Talking and Nobody Dies game, where you're trying to disarm the bomb or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's a really cool. That's where innovation and really good game design can pull people in and say, "Hey, you put on the headset and you talk me through this paper manual about not blowing us all up."
But it's I can see Nintendo's point. It's a lot of money and time to put into develop the very few select games that will work well with that.
Right.
So why put that time and money into something that may just go away after a little bit of time, like the Kinect stuff,
Right.
Just stick with what everyone likes
Right.
it,
And if you
I
have
get
something
that.
like that, then you got to rely on third party because Nintendo only comes out with like 2 or 3 games a year at tops.
right.
Then you got to rely on third party to kind of develop those games for you. And like, I don't want to knock it because I really haven't tried much VR outside of the Gear, and that that's very entry level. But like, there isn't a huge following. I mean, there's a niche, very loud vocal group that's well placed in there. But you're talking like, at least $600 to $800 for a PC that can run minimum specs. And even at that point, some of the games that, from what I've heard, don't run all that well. And when you've got, screens in front of you, like literally inches in front of your eyes, you want like the smoothest experience possible. So, to have that, you need to fork over, close to $1,000 just to have that PC to run that. The PlayStation, on the other hand, PlayStation 4 has, their 3D goggles. And from what I hear, is a pretty good experience. But I don't think that's Nintendo's jam. So to me, like they hit the nail on the head again with the Switch, just like the original Wii. Like this is fantastic. Like it's not slammed in your face. You have to play this way. As much as even the Wii was at one point, where you've got this awkward ass controller that you have to play with, right? And then 6 months into the Wii, it was like, well, we probably should come out with a classic controller because we're not getting everybody. So at launch they learned from that. So they've got the Pro controller for the Switch. But yeah, I mean the whole VR and the whole 4K thing. I just don't think that's their jam. Right?
No,
It's keeping
and I don't
things.
fault them for it.
Yeah, it's keeping things portable, keeping things small form factor. I mean, essentially just carrying around a tablet, right?
Yeah.
So, and you don't even need. In my opinion, I don't think you on a screen that's less than 10 inches, 4K is not necessary. I don't even think the screen is 1080p. I think it's 720. So I don't. Yeah. So yeah. So the inside the article, and we'll link into the description. But it just talks about how it's not really what they're looking to do. 4K and VR isn't what their focus is. Like they do, like it says here, doing what Nintendo does best. That's you said that. They do what they stick to what they know and what their target audience wants, because they know those are the people that are going to buy games a couple times a year, and when they put out a new system, they're just going to keep turning out those those same customers. So, all right, let's talk Fortnite real quick, and then we'll roll over to best couch co-op games. There we go. Who was it? Epic? Yeah, Epic. Epic had one of their dev updates this past week, and was talking about their recent victory for hitting 40 million players on Battle Royale, when I think it said consistently hitting 2 million concurrents. Like, that's 2 million at a time. 40 million people have played it,
Right.
which is a crap load of people.
I mean, it's a free title,
Right. Absolutely.
so.
So why not have it? But I mean,
Right.
but to have 2 million people playing it at one, that's
no, I mean it is big.
that
but-
kind of speaks to the longevity of it. And like within this is their first 100 days, which feels like it's been longer. It feels like this game has been out forever.
Yeah.
But
I've only played it a handful of times, but I feel like it's been a long time ago since I've played it.
right. So then they go into a little bit of conversation here during the dev update, talking about how parts of the map didn't seem as interesting or as lived in or whatever as others. So they're going in and reworking some of the pieces in the map, and they're creating more loot drop places and things like that. So we're not getting a new map per se, but we're getting an update to the map. Some places that weren't named before are going to get named, and they're making minor tweaks all over the island. So,
Cool.
Always a good thing.
Otherwise, I feel like it would get a little stale pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, even with the updates, I mean, they're not making the island bigger. They're just adding like where there's just like
Maybe a little shack here with some stuff in it.
Well, not necessarily just like a shack or whatever. They're building like structures within certain spaces where like there's a new town or whatever. They're changing some of the aesthetic when like in the swampy area. They said they're making it more swampy. So it's not like because right now like you walk through this like the level from side to side and up to down, everything feels like it's cohesive and like looks very, very similar, almost too similar. But now it's like the swamp is going to have like a completely different feel. I imagine they're going to change some of this.
Walk slower or something like
Walk
that.
slower and maybe change some of the sounds. Maybe maybe there's a color shader that comes over the screen or whatever, so it makes it look like dimmer or whatever because you're in a swamp. They said the same thing about mountains and things like that. Like the entire map is going to get revamped at some point in time. But at the end of the day, I kind of would like another map. Something. I mean, I know PUBG. Player Underground released a new map for their PC players, like brand new, like new from scratch. So I kind of would like that, but I really guess I can't ask for too much since it's a free game.
Right.
So, but that's awesome. I'm looking forward to putting in Battle Royale and putting in some more games and stuff like that soon. So, all right. So best couch co-op games. Kotaku had put the list up today. You all right there?
Yeah.
So one of the ones that kind of poked out to me is this Overcooked one. I've never played it. It's on the Nintendo Switch. It's a downloadable game. It's 2 to 4 players. It looks super fun. So work together in wacky kitchens to make food to order. Overcooked is is enjoyable chaos. Which sounds like fun.
So for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Yep, 2 to 4 players. So I don't know. I'm just looking for more games to play on the Switch. Eli loves the thing. So more games to not necessarily take away from Pokemon Fighters, but variety would be good.
Right.
Nintendo Switch also has Snipper Clips. This is a cheerful puzzle game, which is right up our alley. We love puzzle games. Which you and your friends snip yourself into strange places or shapes. That sounds really bad. Creative and cute. It allows just enough symbolic and improvisation. I can't. Oh my god! To let you fudge your way through from time to time. So it kind of looks fun. It kind of looks like a Psychonaut or not Psychonauts. What's the one game with like where you spell words and Scribble Knots for the DS where it was kind of like a puzzle game and you had like spell a word like dinosaur and a dinosaur would appear on the.
Oh.
I don't know. It was pretty cool. I don't know. Some of these I'm going to skip over because I'm not really familiar with them. Spelunky is really. I've heard really good things about Spelunky. This is an old game from the Xbox 360 that was remastered on the Xbox One and PS4. Kind of like a side-scrolling action-adventure game. Rock Band 4's on here.
Alrighty.
All Rock Band games, like, definitely.
Yeah.
Although we haven't played Rock Band 4. In here it talks about how it takes out a bunch of like it took out a bunch of stuff that the other ones were bogged down with and just kind of gives you like the ultimate band in a box type of deal. Two Brothers. I have played Two Brothers at the very beginning of it. That was a really pretty game. That was on the I think that was on the 360.
It says right there, Android,
No,
iOS.
Right, I'm trying to think if I don't know if it was 360 or maybe it was Xbox One, but it was a really pretty game.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, Brothers, The Tale of Two Sons. I've not played the Lara Croft game. I don't know that one. Rayman Legends. This I can attest to. We have put plenty of time on Rayman Legends.
Yeah, then didn't Eli delete my save?
I think he deleted your save.
Yeah, that was devastating.
Mine's still good though.
That was devastating. But that was a lot of fun.
Yep. And it has a couple mini games that are fun. The soccer game is pretty cool. Super Mario 3D World's on there. I don't think I've played that.
I don't have a
I don't have a Wii, so I don't play that. There's Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. That game's a lot of fun. We actually should try playing it again. I'm sure they updated it.
It's been a while.
Right. I don't know that one. Portal 2's on here. I don't know what's going on. There it goes. Portal 2 was a lot of fun.
I don't think I felt really played a whole lot of it, but...
Really?
Yeah.
To go back and play it then. Maybe we'll have to stream it. It's not... I don't think it's quite 8-bit material, but... Minecraft's on here, which Minecraft is kind of one of those games you play from time to time, and yeah, that's about enough of that.
Yeah, I know there's a lot more that can go into it. Just never have really figured it out figured it out, but...
Yeah, I don't...
Keeping kids quiet for ages. Good for.
Right. Good for adventuring, exploring, creating together, and keeping kids quiet for ages. Yeah. Well, Minecraft's one of those things where it's like you've got the creative mode, survival mode, and then they've also got the story mode now where you're actually playing like a narrative. So.
You know, I'm kind of surprised. Like, there's a lot on there that they're all relatively recent games. There's no old games on here.
Okay, so what? Enlighten me. What would be something?
Cookies and Cream.
There you go. That's okay. So anybody that's played that game is like in their late 30s at this point.
Hey.
Well, mid to late 30s. Sorry.
But I mean, if they're going to talk about best couch co-op, they can't just talk about Xbox 360 and on, like, which is all those were.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean...
Borderlands. That game was fantastic. Castle Crashers was another fantastic game that's on that I think should be on there. I haven't played any of those. There's Spelunky again. I mean... Fortnite's not technically a couch co-op game.
Halo.
Yeah, Halo is the original Halo and maybe even Halo 2.
Is that the one where you can play the Arbiter and the
Mhm.
Master Chief?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Halo 2 was the one that
Was that Halo
introduced
3? Because there was one where one
no.
was Master Chief and one was Arbiter.
Right. Yeah, that Halo 2 is when you played as Master Chief. In the single player, you played as Master Chief and the Arbiter. Halo 3 was where you could play as the first player was Chief, second player was Arbiter, third
Right.
player was some random elite, and fourth player was some random elite.
Right.
So, what else? So yeah, where's Halo at? That's a fantastic couch co-op game. What are they talking about? So I feel like they've missed a couple on there.
Yeah, I feel like they must. I mean, right there, that the list that you're looking at doesn't have cookie and cream either.
Yeah, well, that's just cooperative gameplay. Yep. Here we go. Here's another list. Rock, paper.
That's on PC. You're talking. That's just on PC.
Oh, that's just on PC. So.
Yeah, I feel like
There was a couple people in the comments on Kotaku that were here you go. There's a couple people in the comments in Kotaku that brought up Diablo 3 on the Xbox was a really good co-op, which led me back to. Did you ever play Baldur's Gate on the GameCube? It was a very like.
I never played Baldur's Gate in anything.
It was more so. It wasn't as wide open as the original Baldur's Gate. It was more like it wasn't on rails, but like it was more like Diablo, like dungeon crawler-esque. But it was really good. You got to pick from 3 characters, like a wizard, archer, dual wielding rogue thing, and then a barbarian. That was pretty good on co-op. But yeah, I think you're right. Cookies and Cream's a good one. That's a really good game going back to. What other dual or co-op games?
I don't know. I'm trying to find other ones, and only lists I can see are like for PC
Well,
or
click on there. I'll put. What console do you want to look for?
just all of them.
How about that?
Yeah, it's a list for playing right now, which we don't want that.
Yeah.
That's for Xbox One. See what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, these are all like the top hits in Google. That's gonna be the thing.
What about Army of One?
Army of Two. Army of One. Army of One. No, Army of Two. Army of Two was fun.
What about that other one too, where the aliens are, and you're the 2 guys? Is that what I'm talking? Is that what we're talking about right now?
No. You're the 2 guys in the aliens.
Yeah.
Should I type into Google 2 guys and an alien?
No. Shoot, what was it? I don't
2
remember
guys
now.
and an alien.
Yeah, like you play as 2. Like you play as maybe it's Army of 2. That I'm thinking
Army of
of.
2 had no aliens. You were just gunning down mounds and mounds of people.
Okay, well, yeah, because there's aliens. You don't remember what I'm talking about? It's 2 guys. Like the one's really, really big, and there's aliens taking over the Earth.
One of the guys is really, really big.
Gears of War.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a good co-op.
That's a co-op game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. See?
Locusts.
I know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, what about like Ninja Turtles for like the NES and Super NES? You ever play those, like the side-scrolling ones?
Kind of.
Like the arcade ones? Those are super fun.
Kind of Castle Crasher style. Like,
Mm-hmm. Very Castle Crasher. Or I guess Castle Crashers is like them, but
right.
yeah, in the same vein. There's Castle Crasher.
Crashers.
Left 4 Dead was pretty fun. Graphically, it was not very interesting. Journey is one that I would like to play. Journey came out on the PlayStation 3, and that one looked super fun and intuitive. Borderlands 1 was really good.
Typing of the Dead. That's what I was going to mention. That
What?
was hilarious. Did you never have that game?
I've got the key. I have the keyboard for the Dreamcast. I do not have Typing of the Dead.
Yeah. So basically, if you ever played what is it, like House of the Dead?
Yeah,
or something
House
like
of the
that.
Dead.
It's an arcade game where you're like on rails and you just shoot the zombies as they pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is essentially the exact same thing, but you have to type the words correctly to kill the zombies. So like, yeah, you use the keyboard and words pop up and you type along, and if you type it, then it shoots it kills the zombie and you move.
If you don't type it right, then they
right,
bite you.
Right, it's the same thing that like. If
Right.
you're playing the arcade game and you don't shoot, yeah, or you miss the shot. So, yeah, that was a hilarious game. Actually, we had that one. That was on Dreamcast.
That's interesting. So yeah. So that's some of the best couch co-op games. There we go. Good lord. So yeah, I don't have anything else going on. Kind of looking for. I finally got in the groove of Zelda. I'm really enjoying that game. It's a gorgeous game. The only thing that bugs me about it is like the durability of the weapons. Like I'm constantly breaking weapons and just having to pick. I feel like I'm fighting with just random crap. Like you kill like the skull guys that come out of the ground at night. You kill them and you can pick up their arm and like use their arm as a sword, and their hand is still like it's still moving while you're like swinging it and stuff like that. I'm like I don't know. It just seems so weird. Like durability is probably one of the least important things in a Zelda game for me, but I don't know. I started cooking things, which is really cool. Like you can make different. Time Splitters.
Time Splitters 2.
Time Splitters 2 is a really good game.
All the Mario Kart. Like what about racing games? Like Mario Kart,
Mario
Double
Kart.
Dash.
Yep, Mario Kart was a good one.
Sorry,
No, you're okay.
Phantasy Star Online. That wouldn't be couch co-op, but that was a very cool game. Very cool game.
But yeah, so Zelda is turning out to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I don't like the durability. The cooking is really cool because you can I didn't realize this, but there are fish. You can go. Well, I don't know if you can get a fishing pole, but you can throw and shoot arrows, like throw spears and shoot arrows into the water and kill fish, and cook them. And so there's a whole bunch of stuff. I think I cooked one of the pieces of the enemies that they left behind after I killed them, and it makes this dish. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like all blurred out or whatever, and it says it smells pretty bad, but you'll still eat it. It's like, ew, gross. So anyway, so is there anything else going on this week that we want to talk about? I'm hoping to have a review video up on Friday for Dead of Winter, which will kick off a new video every Friday. I've got 3 of them that are in process right now. I'm pretty sure Dead of Winter will be done by Friday, so I'm looking forward to that. Still got the table up from when I was recording. Anyway, all right. Well, we'll be playing tomorrow night Cuphead before Eli goes to bed, so that'll probably start like 6:30, 7 o'clock ish. Get some couple rounds of Cuphead in, and then he'll go to bed, and we'll probably fire up some Battlefront 2 or whatever it's called.
Battlefront 2.
Star Wars.
Oh.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, I was thinking more like Mario.
What? Battlefront 2 Mario. Although I did read an article today that that modders put Mario characters in GoldenEye 007.
Oh, right.
So it has like Mario and Luigi and Peach and Princess Toadstool holding like AK-47s, like the
Awesome.
PP7s or whatever, and
Awesome.
shotguns and rocket launcher. For some reason, Luigi is standing in a bathroom with a rocket launcher.
Okay.
So there's that.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Anyway, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure you head over to a YouTube channel, youtube.com/72DPI online. Get subscribed. We really appreciate it. We're up to 18 subscribers. Whoop, whoop. Woohoo. The goal is 20 a month. So what's today?
Ways to go.
Today is the 17th. So we need, I think we've got 2 so far. 2 so far this month. Please help us. Please. Trying to get this off the ground. Would really appreciate it if you have a friend or family member that enjoys video games. Share our link to them on Facebook. Do all the fun things that tell people we're out here. talking about video
So
games.
we're not just sitting in the basement talking to ourselves every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. Yeah. You can hop in the chat on Facebook, also on Twitch, or if you're on the Xbox One, you can jump on Mixer. We stream to those as well every Wednesday, starting about somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock. Yeah, on twitch.tv/72dpi online. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great night, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Goodbye.
Good boy.